I remember the first time I was riding a bike.
I was really young.
I was 3 years old.
I think I had bikes waiting for me since I was born.
I got a quad when I was 3 years old.
I go full, whoa, and boom.
From PeeWee 50s to quads or pocket bikes, every rider starts somewhere, with a select few rising up the ranks to compete in the world's most elite motorcycle championship, MotoGP.
From as long as I can remember, my brother took my training wheels off my push bike at like 2 years old, and I just used to ride around the house constantly flat out on my push bike. And as soon as I found a bike with an engine and I didn't have to pedal, it was even better. So.
When I was really kid and my brother was already racing, I was saying, okay, I don't want to be a rider, I want to be his mechanic, And in the beginning was like this, but then I was with him many days, training with my parents. And then one day I said to my father, I want to try also the bike. Then I tried the first bike from Mark. And then from that moment I said, okay, no more mechanic, better rider.
All the family was going with the bike, so I followed all my family. That's why the reason, I feel the passion from when I was very young, and then I keep going.
My earliest memories of riding bikes was always around the garden on my little PeeWee 50, and as soon as I was big enough on my little gag bike, I used to go around all the big tracks with my dad, so it was pretty cool. It's all I ever wanted to do, I remember being in my kit waiting for my dad to get home from work to take me to the track, so I think that was where it all started, and that's what led to all this mess.
My brother was still, because I started with 3 years old, so he was 1.
It was a matter of just having some fun on the weekends and with my father, my brother. It was a kind of family time, and it was very nice.
When my friends went to play football, I went to ride a bike, and I remember all my friends want to ride a bike like me, but their father doesn't allow them to do it.
Because he's older, he was doing different categories than me with the different bikes, normally more powerful than my ones. So the competition didn't appear really when we arrived to MotoGP, because we were always separated. But in MotoGP we start to fight against each other, and this is painful.
I used to ride at weekends with my father up in front in the woods, and we would do some tricks with the quad. Basically from there I kept on asking stuff, everything related to engines, so I ended up on the bike.
For the Christmas, bring me the bike, and I remember my first morning, wow, super happy in the top floor, and then we have to go down with the bike.
And when I was 5 or 6 years old, I started with a mini cross bike. A Beta 50 was. My first time on the road was in Alessandria, the track near to my city, and it was incredible for me to touch the knee on the ground.
I remember with 3 years old, my parents gave me like a quad for 4 wheels. I did my first race with the motocross bike, with the 50cc bike. It was so nice.
It was trial bike 50. And I didn't like the trial because the trial is to go really slow, And I wanted to open the throttle full, and it was so funny because then this trial bike was broken in 2 days.